Alright, so I'm currently sick, I'm stuck inside, and I'm honestly so bored, but I do have some free time, and I really just wanted to make a video to help those who are stuck at the bottom of the scoreboard like my buddy Christian. So what I really want to look at are the two main, tangible things that change in between each Call of Duty, being the maps and the gunplay. MW 2019, definitely a very successful game. I know a lot of people who really enjoyed it. And I've also seen a lot of opinions going around on this new game this year. And I really kind of just wanted to throw a half educational, half opinionated piece and just kind of outline ways that you can maybe improve your game or adapt your game from the 2019 Modern Warfare towards the new game today. A really simple and easy direction to point your finger at first could be towards the map design of the game. Yeah, for me personally, I feel like this one is really hard to pinpoint because every single year the developers come out with new maps and every single year people complain about them. If you go back and you look at some of the older games, I've started to even see Black Ops 3 being used as a nostalgia example of, good map design. And if you go back and you look at them, it's just a bunch of classic 3-lane classic maps with no variety in them. And then what ends up happening is these developers, they take this feedback of, we're tired of 3-lane maps, and what they produce is the exact opposite. And that's where you get maps in Modern Warfare 2019, like Piccadilly and the city map, where it's just a big circle, which is pretty much the exact opposite, because instead of having 3 distinct sections to a map, you just have all parts of the map being focused around the middle, which means there's, just a lot more possible lines of sight, which in turn ends up opening up a lot of camping opportunities. Essentially what I'm trying to say is this year's maps really aren't that different compared to what we've had in the past. This year, we just so happen to have a bunch of 3-lane maps. For example, the Mexican market map, as you can see, is just a simple 3-lane map with 4 different, connectors, you could call them, in between each lane. Well, if the maps have relatively been the same over the years, then the only thing that can really do much of a difference is going to be the gunplay, and that has changed. First thing I want to look at in terms of gunplay is going to be time to kill. I personally think this is a very important number for Call of Duty because it really dictates the pace of the game. I think the general experience has been that the time to kill for this game is extremely fast. And the effect that I've seen in the game is that people just tend to take less risks. No one's, running out on the open that much because they know that if they do, they're just going to instantly die with not enough time to return fire. Looking back in 2019, looking at some old gameplay, the first thing that was really apparent to me was how much open time I had in the center of the map without any, pressure from the enemy team. I mean, look at this, it's crazy. Like, I'm just running straight down the middle of the map. If you were to be playing the Mexican market map, you'd be dead in like half a second. And looking towards some gameplay from this year, it really just shows how highly contested different areas of the map are. You can see I'm not moving up anywhere without checking my corners multiple times. And even when I do decide to move up, I'm already instantly dead. Seeing here, I just barely have reached the middle of the map. I just freshly spawned in, and I've already found someone holding down, making sure no one is able to move forward past the halfway line of the map. Once again, I know I'm running up here on this right lane of the map, and I'm instantly cut off because someone is there. Well, we're dying, so what do we do about it? And this is kind of where my own personal opinion and playstyle comes into play. And I've always said that information is king. I get a free quick grenade kill, and I'm ready for this next attack coming up on me. Why? Because I have the UAV. The UAV is the #1 score streak, kill streak in the entire game for its value. Fast forward in a quick second, you can see the UAV scans, and there's already a guy in front of me. I know he's there. The UAV scans one more time, and I easily see, boom, there's someone else in this building, and there's someone coming around. That guy's dead, but I still know there's someone in the building because of the UAV, and I'm able to get that kill for free. Next thing you know, there's a third UAV scan I can easily sell, there's another guy there, and it's another free kill, and I'm already 2 kills away from my chopper gunner. The UAV is once more helping me figure out that there's 2 more dudes right behind this wall to be ready for them, and that's the last 2 kills I need, and I got a chopper gunner just like that. Like I've said before, you can see the playstyle for this game is so much slower. I'm not running down the center aisle like I was in the last game. I am holding and making sure that I am safe because I know that if I go anywhere near that corridor, I'll be dead. Next up is how I like to combine both the UAV and my grenades to just get free kills. In this example in particular, it's how I'm able to use both of those combined to manipulate the player movement. First things first is I know there's someone behind that wall because, well, obviously the point is being captured. Knowing that they have been spawning on the right side of the map from the way that they're coming, I check my right and boom, there's another one. Next up is what I personally think is just a pure masterclass in, area denial and forcing the enemy to go to where I'm looking. Using that UAV, I can instantly tell that there's two dudes coming around behind me. I decided to throw a flashbang, not really to flash them, more just so the game can tell me whether or not there's people around the corner. I don't want to have to hold both the left and the right here, and so I block one of the pathways off with the drill charge. As you can see, the guy who's pushing the door instantly backs up, and I'm able to only focus on one line of sight. There's the guy from before, instantly walks back into where I'm looking, and that's a free 2 kills. What I'm really just trying to say here is, and I may not be the best at conveying it, is that a lot of the problems for this game that people are bringing up really stem from the fact that when you die so quickly, you tend to, pull back a little bit. You tend to take things just a little bit slower, and when things slow down a little bit, things get really hot, they get contested, these points are just slugfests, no one's just running in there into the points to just die, because they know if they run into the point, there's like 8 guns pointed into it. And I think that's a big difference between this game and last game. And that's why these talks of SBMM are so rampant, because the second that these people, they run into any competitive scene, they instantly shrivel up and they don't want to deal with it. But unfortunately, when you're playing a game like this and you're good at it, you're going to have to play against other people who are good at it. And if you don't, you're going to have games like that last game I showed you, because in that game I actually ended at 71-25. And there's a bunch of people on that game with 13 kills, 15 kills, and I don't think they had very much fun playing against me. And if that's what you think the ideal Call of Duty experience is, then I welcome you to do it, because I'll have a lot of fun. But unfortunately, this game does reward people who are holding the angle. It does have holder's advantage. And it's not like this gameplay I'm showing you where I can just run around and have fun, which is unfortunately what we're going to have to deal with this year. And that kind of makes the game unfun, because things get slow, they're not very fast paced, and you can't just run in there like an idiot, which is what I would love to do. That's it for me. Fuck all of you. I hate you. Goodbye. Unless you want to have a coffee chat.